But you're wearing orange right now, so it looks so bright, and I think
Yeah.
people will not be sleepy. And Cam right now is wearing a color for girls. It's like
Pink
dark
color.
pink. So do you like wearing bright clothes, guys? Like the color that you're wearing today, Anna, but it's a combination of dark and bright. So I think it's good. But do you prefer to wear bright clothes?
Uh, as usual, I often wear dark color.
In my case, I also like to wear dark colors. I usually wear black. And here in Vietnam, I only have, I think, four t-shirts or five. And if it's not black, it's very colorful. It's a mixture of color. So it's only like that. It's the extreme opposites. How about you, Cam? Before I noticed you always wear gray, but nowadays I observe that you wear colorful clothes.
In fact, I have many colorful for my t-shirts, but almost the time I like the gray. And sometimes when we have to new design or new style of t-shirts, I always to choose the new color I can test. And maybe I just want to test it with the new color. So that's why my color is pink, same the woman color.
Yeah, but some people said that men who wears pink look cute and look good. So let's ask Anna if you look cute on pink. All right. So they said, guys, that colors also mean something. Colors have meaning. They also communicate to people.
Mm.
So do
Yeah.
you know what is the yeah, I will just ask you first, what is your favorite color and what do you think is the meaning or what they communicate to people? Anna.
In my case, I like black and white
Mm.
because I think it easy to mix and match.
Easy to mix and match. Do you think black and white have something to communicate to people or something to say? It has meaning.
I think it's just normal.
Black and white are usually used for occasions like wedding or funeral.
uh, in Vietnamese wedding, we often wear red.
Oh, it's red. Oh, okay. So it's different because the Philippines follow the Western culture. We don't have traditional wedding. Maybe they have, but I don't know about it. Yes. So they said, of course, black means dark and white means innocence and pure. Okay, how about you, Cam?
In my case, and with the Vietnamese people, I think there are many people think about the meaning of color a lot. For
Mhm.
example, Vietnamese really like the red because that's the color for the lucky thing in uh, in their life, and especially some test holiday or some special occasion, they always to use the red color. And in my job, I think sometimes I realize that black because there are many people talk to me about the powerful when you're wearing a black and the white. That's either uh, the white color to show other people for the clean. And some many other people like Pink, uh, Pink, saying the woman like to see everything so sweet. I think so.
What? I don't know, guys, if you know famous designers. Famous designers usually just wear plain black clothes. So they said that plain black clothes shows simplicity, but it's very classy. Do you know what's the meaning of classy?
Classy.
Not a
Yeah.
class.
Can you explain it?
Classy is an adjective which means stylish or elegant. So even though it's just plain, but it looks elegant. So you can wear black also, guys. All right, yeah. But I just said that because today we're going to talk about communication because I believe that there are many forms of communication, not only through words, not only in how we speak or in how we talk, but communication also have symbols. Like those people who are deaf and mute, they cannot speak, but they have verbal language. So we have two way of communication, verbal and non-verbal. So verbal communication is the use of our voice, while non-verbal is body language, writing, or any symbols. Okay. So this time let's read about our essay, communication. Oh, I will ask, how do you usually communicate, Anna? Do you talk or do sign language? Non-verbal.
I think we have many type of communication, such as through the word,
Mm,
through telephone, or emails.
right. Okay. So in your case, what's the most thing that you usually use? What medium of communication?
Mm.
Do you use
When
your
I
voice?
when I can meet, I often use my voice. But when
Oh.
I live far from them, I can use my phone to call
Mm.
or text.
Oh, all right. Just the common way of communicating. All right. How about you, Cam?
In my daily, I think almost the time I like using the verbal communication with other people.
The the what? What is it?
So my mean is almost the time I like to talking with other people. That's the
Ah,
most communication I like.
okay. So talking or having conversation. Yeah, that's really better. Okay, so let's have our essay now. So Anna, what do you get from the first paragraph?
I think they talk about the way to communicate with other people by by phone, mobile phone, or uh, or email. But people often think they like the old way of communication that they use letter
Mm-hmm.
to send their thinking to another people.
Okay. Yeah, so paragraph number 1 talks about variety or different kinds of communication. And it's computer. Do you know that phone is also called a computer? Everything that you use, it's called computer. Our smartphone, our personal computer, laptops, these are all called computers, but with different names. All right. So um, it says here that these communication skills are becoming a part of our life. So I will ask you, Anna, how techy or how good are you in technology right now?
I think I use email is better than other communication because I have to think it carefully.
It's like formal also. But the question is, how good are you in technology?
I think I'm not good at uh, technology much.
Mm. So you just know the basic.
Yes, I can
Mm.
use the basic.
Okay, got it. How about you, Kam? How good are you in technology?
I think I'm not good. That's still the base.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Okay. All right, let's have the second paragraph come. So please tell me, what did you get from the second paragraph?
I think in the second paragraph, to talk about the people have the trending with the people, they prioritize or feel the valuable when something become so that's why although nowadays we have many other communication for changing older form, but when I write a letter my friend, I think they to really like that, and they feel interested than than the email.
Yes. Um, do you agree with the second paragraph, Kam?
I think with the people, they have many times. Uh, I think they always like some to make by hand, but with other people, they don't have a time. I think the email or something or some communication to help other people connecting so fast. I think it's not good.
All right, so you don't really have the chance to write a letter if you say that you are busy. But I think the second paragraph is really right, that writing a letter is different than just phoning or texting or sending a message to someone. So let's go to the first question. What modern communication devices are mentioned, Anna?
The phone and mobile phone and computer.
Okay, that's it. Let's have number 2 come. In spite of the plethora of instantaneous communications available, what seems to be happening? Plethora, it means a lot, immeasurable, many.
The Can you make the question more simple?
In spite of many kinds of communications available, what seems to be happening? So it means that even though we have a lot of forms of communication, something is still happening. So
So
what is that?
I think nowadays we have many other way to when I want to communicate with other people, and the problem with me is how we can choose the right thing for me because I have a many choice around me.
How we choose to communicate.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. So let's have number three. Why does this seem to be so, Anna? So let's say that even though there's a lot of different ways to communicate right now, such as mobile phone, computers, and telephone, but this thing is still not a success to some people.
I think under nowadays technology is developed fast and uh, quickly, but people often uh, think they like the old way of communication. That means they want to contact in person than through technology equipment.
Mm. All right, I got it. So maybe people really likes to feel or to have connection, right? So do you think or do you feel connected to a person when you call that person through phone?
It just helped me get the information right away. But
Mm.
I think I connect with the phone than a person.
The phone only, not with the person. All right. So there is no real or deep connection. Okay. So nowadays we have what we call virtual. So when we say virtual, people don't meet in person. It means that people just meet through phones, computer, or yeah, we see each other, but it's like this in online. We see each other, but not personally or not in person. So I think that there is no connection with that. Or you cannot see the physical person. All right. So let's have express yourself. Talk about the differences between making a phone call and writing a letter. Cam, what's the difference between the two?
I think when I call to another people, I can feel the feeling of them, and I can to talk as I want. But when I'm writing a letter, I think that's the one way in my feeling. When I just focus on my feeling and don't have to uh, um, uh, think about other feeling. I think so.
Okay. So which one is good? Because you said that writing a letter, you just focus in your own feeling. But with calling through a phone, you have to also think um, with other people's feeling. Is that what you mean? Oh,
Yes.
I guess it's a different perspective. Okay, how about you, Anna?
I think when I use the phone, I can transfer my message right away, but I cannot control my feeling. But when when I write a letter, I have to take the time to think carefully.
Okay, so phone is instant, while letter is time consuming. But a lot of people wants everything to be instant. Maybe that is why we choose mobile phone or smartphone nowadays. So let's have number two. How often do you call your parents? Cam,
Not often, about 1 month, one time.
once a month.
Mm, Once a month.
So what do you usually talk when you call them?
I think not much. Sometimes when I have some problem and I want to know about my parents, or what happening with my parents, I just go for to get information or take some information from my parents. Not much.
So your parents will say you will just call when you have a problem. Oh, okay. There's no emotion or feeling. All right. So how about you, Anna? How often do you call your parents?
My family has a group on
Mm.
Yellow. You know
Wow.
Yellow,
Yeah.
and we often send message or picture on this every day. But
Mm.
I don't call them a lot. Maybe about once a week
Mm.
because
That's
every
often.
day, yeah, because every day I text with them.
Mm. Wow. I'm really amazed with families who have group chats. I find it I find it funny, but at the same time amazing, especially with mothers who have their own Facebook or who have their own social media. So your mother is using a social media, Anna?
My mother has a Facebook account, but she
Wow.
rarely use it. She just use it with the whole family, the big family. Yeah.
Just to communicate with the family.
Yes.
Oh, that's quite amazing.
Mhm.
Yes, a lot like you will be like it's so funny and really amazing to see like old people using technology right now or even more so when they are using social media to communicate with others. Mm. In my family in the Philippines, we have a GC, but old people are not included. Only the only the youngsters or the young ones. But in my case, I often call my mother, or my mother calls me every day. Yes, every day through Messenger. And we talk about all the things that's happening in our life. All right, so Anna, what do you usually talk about when you call them? You call your family, especially your parents.
Uh, in fact, because I often text on my family's group, so when I call them, I don't have many things to talk.
Oh, it's better for you not to message on your group so that you can talk a lot. But do you prefer messaging over calling? In my case, I don't really like calling. I just like to message.
Yeah, I am the same with you.
How about you, Cam? Cam, are you sleeping?
Can, no, can you repeat?
Do you prefer calling or just chatting or messaging?
Um, I think. depend on my mind. Some with the things pretty urgent, I like to call directly, and with the other thing not urgent, I think chat or text pretty good. But
Okay.
all the time I like call directly because it's really fast.
It's really fast and instant, immediate. All right. So let's have number 4. How do you think it's okay to use company phones for personal business? Is it okay to use company phones for personal businesses?
I think this question is suitable in the past because
Mm,
now we have to use many applications to
mm.
call. Yeah.
Social media platforms. But do you think it's okay, Anna, to use, for example, landline phone and you use it to call for a taxi to go somewhere?
No.
Okay. Okay, it's a no for you. How about you, Cam?
No, I think it's not good for a company when the people use abusing phone for the private thing. I think so.
Yes, I think I agree with that. That's exactly true. So let's have number 5. I don't know this question is here, but yes, maybe you can just tell me what are the advantage or disadvantages of using smartphones or mobile phone. Yes. So let's change the question first. What are the advantage or disadvantages of using a mobile phone or smartphone? Okay, who wants to answer first? I think you can give me 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages. Are you thinking, Anna?
Yeah. I think nowadays every person has at least one mobile phone
Mm,
because it brings more advantage for them, so that they can transfer the information immediately.
what
Uh,
else? You said such as. So there are 2 or 3.
um, I think only it.
How about the disadvantage?
With mobile phone, I often think they are um, disturb me so much because I always check it. Uh, who want to ask me, and I have to answer them.
Okay. Okay, it's a hassle like that. So I actually discovered, Anna, that one of the reasons why I can't sleep early is because of Facebook and other social media platform. So I guess it's not good to use it. So right now I only have Instagram and Zalo because on Facebook there are many things that you can see, so you will be more attractive or tempted to scroll and scroll until it's already 1 or 2, and even you need to wake up early in the morning and have a lot of things to do, you can't help yourself but use it. So I discovered that one thing, and now I don't use Facebook, and I can really sleep earlier than before. Not very early, but yeah, maybe 11 or 12. I can sleep during that time, but before I sleep 1:30 or 2:30, and I have to wake up early. So it's not good. And so I was so happy because I was able to control myself of not using this social media platform that can cause you not to sleep. All right. So, how about you, Cam? Can you tell us any advantages and disadvantages of using smartphone?
I think smartphone is the best tool in my hand for I can to keep connecting with other people
Special.
around the clock. And but other way, I think sometimes it make me deter when I want to have a private area, and if I forgot to turn on my mobile phone, I can to focus on my mind, and that is the really problem when I using smartphone.
Mm. All right. So there are a lot of advantages of using smartphone, guys. So I think smartphone or mobile phone was created for us to have better communications, better and instant communications. All right? It means it is very quick, maybe in just one click. Because a long time ago, do you know what is pen pal, guys? Pen pal. Are you familiar with pen pal?
Well,
No?
I don't know pen pal.
Okay. Pen pal is from the word pen and pal, which means a friend. So it means your friend through pen. It means you will write a letter to each other. So when you write a letter and you will send it to the US, it will usually take 3 to 5 months to reach you, right? It's very because it's very far and delivery will take a very long time. But right now, with just one click, you can send your message. So that's one good thing or one advantages. Second is entertainment. Entertainment. You are entertained by smartphone nowadays, especially TikTok. Come. Mm,
Yes,
right. How about you, Anna? What's the number one thing that entertains you in smartphone nowadays?
I
Do you
don't.
also use TikTok?
No, I don't have a TikTok account. Maybe I can see some program on YouTube.
Mm, all right. So in my case, right now, I usually use Instagram and just follow actors. Yes. So how about you come aside from TikTok? What usually entertains you using a smartphone?
the on my smartphone, I will set up some app for I can follow information like current events and Facebook. But with Facebook, I really like watching the videos on the Facebook. Some video really good and pretty hot, and I can to approach with many other channel really fast.
All right. Right. So next is access information. Yes. So with the onset of smartphone, guys, it is very easy for us to access information. You know that, right? As what comes is saying a while ago, that we can easily get a lot of information through smartphone and through social media. So we have a lot of advantages now. But we have to be careful about the information that we are getting. And next is, of course, business transactions such as mobile banking, right? And right now, there's a lot of online selling. So these are the things that we can get, or these are the advantages of smartphones or the social networking sites. But of course, we also have these advantages of this one. Okay, so we have scamming, right? Or phishing. Do you know that? These are the same, like getting your personal information and asking for personal information, and eventually they will hack your phone and they can have access to your bank accounts. Scamming or phishing. And of course, we have fake news. Okay, so you have to be careful about the information that you can get, whether it's true or not. Mm. And maybe last but not the least, addicted. You will be addicted
Yeah.
to the use of social media. All right. There's a lot of advantage and disadvantages in using smartphone. So let's have the next question. When did you last write a letter?
In my case, it's a long time ago when I was in high school.
Wow, very long. Do you write a journal or a diary, Anna?
I don't write diary.
Mm, okay. So you're not fond of writing letters, or even not writing letters, but just writing. Maybe you can write a note to someone, or just write short text. You're not fond of that. Fond means you like or love. You are not fond of writing, even short notes, short texts, short letters.
Uh, I don't write diary because of two reasons. First, I don't know what I have to write, and the second, I'm afraid of my parents can see them.
Okay, you're like my friend Anna, but her problem is in sending messages to her friends. She told me that she feels that she's not a good friend because after her friend is away, she does not even send a message because she wonders if she will send a message, what kind of message she will send. Yeah, you have that kind of resemblance, just a little bit. But in my case, I always write a diary, and I don't care if people will see it. So when I was young, I wrote the names of my crushes. And right now, I'm thinking, oh, where's my diary? It's in my aunt's house. Maybe my aunt already read that diary of mine. So yeah, you're correct. Maybe we're afraid that someone might read it. So if you want to write a diary, you need to learn how to have a code so that people cannot understand what did you write in the diary. Okay, so how about you, Cam? When did you last write a letter?
I think I never write down a letter before without email. Yes, I think so.
Never. OMG. All right. So I guess it will be the next challenge for all of you guys. for you, Anna and Cam, to write a letter? Especially you, Cam, that you haven't written any letter. Maybe you could write a letter to your kids, to your wife, or to your husband, because it's connected to our questions today. Okay. So, yeah, this next question is, how often do you write letters to your friends or family? Maybe let's not say it's really a letter, but it's a note. For example, there will be a very important occasion and you will give a card, and that card contains a very short note. Have you done that? You are not romantic people because those people who write letters are very romantic. Yes. So let's just go to number 8. Which do you prefer, writing a letter or just calling up? I already know the answer, but let's just still ask about this one. Do you prefer writing a letter or calling up? In my case, if I have a lot of time, really like writing letters. I do write letters today, but I have a lot of unsent letters. And if you are going to write a letter, it's really different because, as what Con said, you're going to focus on your emotion. So for me, I guess for me, writing a letter is one way of relieving your stress and putting out your emotion, especially if you cannot tell that to someone, or if you feel that your head is very chaotic and you cannot think clear because there's a lot of things that you need to do. There's one thing that I'm doing, I just write it down, write everything. Okay, guys, so just to answer the question, please answer it.
Yeah, I think nowadays no one can take the time to write a letter. They just call for instant.
Mm.
But in my case, I think I like I can give a letter.
You can give, but
Yeah.
you will not. All right, so I will just ask you, Anna, if you will have a time and a chance to write a letter, who's the first person that you are going to give or send a letter?
I think I can write a letter for my son.
Wow, that's exciting. Have you watched a movie, guys? I forgot the a P.S. I Love You. That's a romantic comedy, and it's from Hollywood. P.S. I Love You. The man died, but the man left a lot of letters for the woman. And so every time there's a special occasion, or maybe every month, um, the mail office will send the letter to the woman to remind her about him. So he wrote it in advance. He didn't give it in just one time. The man sent all the letters to the mail, but it has dates and time when is he going to send it. So it's like letters in the future. So what will be the content of the letter, Anna, that you are going to write?
uh, I think I will write about my love for him and some remind. I want to make him remember.
Mm, yeah. So right now, Anna, you sound romantic. My father, guys, often write a letter to me. So my father often communicates to me through a letter, and sometimes I couldn't understand because some of the words are in Spanish. So I learned a lot about writing a letter from my father, and um, it has a lot of value. The letters of my friends when I was in university and high school, I really kept it. And I hope my mother did not throw it and burn it in the Philippines. Because our mothers often clean our room, and yeah, get all those letters and maybe clean, put it in trash or whatever that she can do. Yes, those are like very important possession for me. My students gave me a lot of letters, especially when I started to teach, and until now, I still have it. So they give it to me from 2013, and until now I consider it as a very important personal belonging, more than, not more than my life, but more than some gadgets that I have. All right, so how about you, Cam? The same question. You prefer calling up or
Uh,
writing a letter?
of course, I will just calling up for another people, and I
You will
don't want
just
to
call
write
up.
out anything. Mhm.
Okay, but the same question, if you will be given a chance, because you haven't written a letter in your entire life. Oh, there is no romantic spice in your body, Cam. So if you will be given a chance to write a letter to one person, to whom are you gonna send it?
The I think I will try to write out some my experience for my kids when I have a free time.
Mm.
And now I just uh, to have to write something for my daughter, but with my son, I still not to write out anything for him. And especially after the virus, I don't have any feeling when I want to write out something for my daughter, and that's why her website not update long time before.
Mm. I think making a website for your kids is more than a letter.
Mm.
So that's good, Cam. And I think it will be a good thing also to give it to your children so that they can read it when they're already old. And there is something that they can remember from you guys aside from you giving them things and money. So your kids will really think that you are thoughtful parents for writing it. Yeah, because I remember that one of my professors said that every one of us is a writer. No one, no one is not a writer. Every one of us is a writer. If we are sad, we can write. If we are happy, also, we can write. So maybe you can try to do it, guys, as a hobby. It's a challenge. It's a new challenge. I want to see your handwriting in English on a paper. And also, guys, this is very one important thing because we always learn, right? So there is two ways of how to affect the learning. The first one is cognitive learning. So this is when we learn about science, math, history, and it is all about the brain. Okay? It's all about the brain development. You develop a lot of knowledge. But there is a very important kind of learning which is called affective learning. And affective learning talks about literature. Yes, prose and poetry, writing a letter, writing notes. And this is very important because this will develop the behavior and the emotions of people. That's why I would prefer affective learning all the time. For example, letting your kids read short stories with moral lesson or letting them write short notes and short letters. So I hope your kids' learning will be balanced, not only cognitive, not only knowledge for the brain, but also behavior and emotion for the heart and feelings. So, how about you, Anna? Do you allow your son to read stories with moral lesson, or are you trying to let your son write something right now?
Mm, After my son watch a movie or a cartoon, I often ask him about the content.
Mm. Oh, I think your son will be practice already, Anna, because usually it's the activity at school. After the teacher let them watch, the teacher will ask them to write a reaction paper. You're familiar with that, right? Your teacher will ask you to write a reaction paper based on the movie that you have watched. Okay, so let's go to number 9. How many letters did you write to your wife or husband before you were married? For Cam, nothing. Are you sure, Cam, you haven't really written a letter?
Yes, in my past, I never write any letter for anything. But sometimes I think in high school I received some letter from some of my friends.
From your girlfriend.
Um, maybe some girl in another class want to send me a letter, but at that
Mm,
time I don't care.
oh
And
my
now
goodness.
when I rethink it, when I look back, I think I'm so stupid.
So you did not remember the feeling, Cam, of like reading a letter from someone because you don't care about it. Do you even know
Mm.
what is the contents of the letter?
Um, I still remember a letter from uh, a girl in another class. She learned in the literature, and I think she really good at in literature. Um, she write and send to me a letter, but just talk about how her like me, but I don't care, and I can't
Wow.
that.
Amazing. So maybe comes handsome before Anna when he was in high school because someone was interested on him.
He was a hot
I
boy
don't
Oh,
in the
know.
past.
huh?
He was
Whole
a
boy?
hot boy. Hot
Oh,
boy.
wow. That's amazing. Yes. I think that's a good feeling when you will be able to receive a letter from someone and that someone admires you. Mm. Okay, so Cam, you have to try to write a letter to your wife.
No, I never think
Oh,
to write a letter for my wife.
really? Just a short note, Cam, short notes. Have a good day today. Very romantic. In my case, guys, when I leave a certain place or if there's a special occasion, I really often write a letter, even though you are not part of my family. When I just met you, maybe for 2 months or 3 months, and when I leave you, I really would write a letter to you. It's like, I don't know if people will appreciate it, but it's something that It's like a gift. My gift to the person, a letter. Yes, it's not some things, but it's usually a letter. So, Anna, how about you, Anna? Did you write a letter to your husband? Love notes.
In my case, when I have a relationship with my husband, um, mobile phone and Facebook are popular with us. So he and I often send Facebook Messenger to each other. Don't use
Facebook
the
Messenger.
way to write letter. No.
So your love is modern, modern love. You're like you're teenagers, Anna, teenagers love because it's Facebook Messenger. Okay. How about your husband, Anna? Did he write a letter or the same with you?
The same with me.
Mm, okay. So I guess, guys, you're not romantic people, but yeah, I guess there is something that you can actually learn out from reading literature or out from writing letters or even writing short stories, and it can really develop your affective side, which is your behavior and emotion, and this is really good for kids also. Okay. Next questions. What was the most impressive letter you ever received? Anna, is there anything?
Uh, Now I can't remember any letter I give in the past.
Okay, I just want to tell you that I have a friend, a Vietnamese friend, who gave me a letter, but the letter was written in Vietnamese. So until now, I still couldn't understand what does it mean. So I received the letter for 4 months already or 5 months. The letter has been with me for 4 or 5 months, but until now I still couldn't understand it. And I tried to let another Vietnamese to read it, and she also cannot understand and cannot translate it to me. So I tried to learn Vietnamese, but oh, I did not. But then I was not able to really be successful in learning Vietnamese. And so my friend told me that he will learn English more so that he can write a letter to me in English. That was very impressive because I couldn't understand. Maybe I only understand chi or yeah, sister. Okay, so come.
I don't have any impress for the letter I was in my past.
Maybe the letter that the girl wrote you back in high school, but you didn't
Uh,
read it.
I think in my mind that is the funny thing, and actually I don't remember about that.
Mm, sad. Okay, so do you use the internet, guys? Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, what do you usually do? Or maybe let's say what's the most or the top thing that you do on the internet? Is it
In my
messaging?
case, all the time I want to take information from the internet, and other time I just use internet for support my job, like learning or my job in business.
Mm, okay. How about you, Anna?
In my case, I think I use Facebook so much. Even I can read uh, newspaper.
Mm.
I don't have to read newspaper because my friend update it on Facebook every day.
Facebook is life. Right now, sometimes I use my mother's Facebook to update someone's the life of people in my country, but I don't use my Facebook. Okay, so let's have number 13. Talk about common courtesy in using mobile phones in public areas. Common courtesy, it means how to be polite in using mobile phones in public areas.
I often set it on silent mode.
Mm,
Mm.
right. Okay. So, yeah, in my case too, if I'm in public, I also set it, or maybe if I'm having a class, I will set it in silent mode also. How about you, Cam?
Yes, I also the same.
Only that in
Mhm.
silent mode. Okay. So let's have the opinion samples here, guys. Let's have the first example. Anna, have you tried to read the opinion?
I read it, but now I can't remember.
Signs of aging already.
uh, it talk about now people use phone so much, uh, even they can propose children,
Mm,
but later uh, do not lost the power with some people.
letter.
Yeah, later.
Mm, that's your opinion. But in the opinion here, you may want to express yourself on paper if you really want your message to be remembered. So it means if you want your message to last long and to have a very long impression, you can write a letter. Because if you will not throw it, it will not be gone. If you throw it on the trash can, okay, it will not last long. But for phone calls, after you call, okay, that's it. You cannot see the voice of the person unless if you will record it, right? So I guess that's the meaning of number one. We can do anything, we can do everything using the social media or the internet today, but they said that there is something special about writing a letter. But in your case, Anna, I think you don't agree with that. You still prefer using our technology for today, right? Is it right, Anna?
No, I say that later do not lost the power with some people, and I think
With
it's the same with, yeah, it's the same meaning with you.
mm, okay. All right. So how about you, Cam? Let's have the second opinion.
I think the second opinion talk about the inconvenience when people take a mobile phone beside their self. Some people to wear a mobile phone on their leg, same the dog collar. So I think that's pretty inconvenience. But if you want or not, you have to carry a mobile phone beside you, and you can't avoid that. I think so.
Have you done that? Like you put a collar and put the mobile phone in it and put it on your neck?
Uh, no, when I go to China, when I went to China, I saw many people always the same. But in my case, I feel not good, and I don't want to wear a mobile phone on my neck.
Yes, you will be like a dog. In my case, I've tried doing that when I went to a beach or waterfalls because you need to protect your phone, put it on plastic and wear it on your collar. So, how about you, Anna? Have you tried doing that? Putting your phone on your neck, like having an ID?
In my case, when I come back home, I often set my phone in the silent mode. I don't want it disturb me so much, and I can check it every hour. So if there is urgent information, I will call them back.
Okay. So while you are working, guys, do you use your mobile phone while you are working? Anna,
Yes,
especially you,
in my
because we're
in my
working.
work, I have to use mobile phone all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there are really some jobs like that that holding a phone is very important.
Yeah.
Mm. So I have a question for you guys. How is communication changing between people? Silence. The sound of silence.
Sorry.
It's a song, Anna. Check that song, The Sound of Silence.
Yes, I know it.
Wow. Okay, you really like old songs like me, Anna. Yeah. So, guys, how is communication changing between people? Just in your own observation. Aside from, of course, we use communication because of business. That's a given, of course. We need to communicate because of business transactions. But how do you think communication between people changes over time?
In my case, I think the communication changing a lot. For example, in the first time, we use the most common either words for to communicate with other people if I want to write out something. But when the technology develop more than ever, we have a many emoji like face, happy, sad face when I want to show our emotion with other people. So, and I think technology to make the communication to be uh, plentiful more than ever. I think so.
Mm. I guess, guys, even though it's messaging or calling, there are some things that you really cannot convey to people because some people are good in talking and some people are good in writing. So, sometimes even if you talk to a person, there is still misunderstanding. So, oftentimes, Anna, when you have a group chat, you often have misunderstanding because there will be a lot of messages coming, and it's very possible that some of the members of the group chat cannot read some of the message. So there is a big possibility of having misunderstanding. So sometimes it's really better to talk between people or talk in person, not calling through phone. Or yeah, calling through phone is also good to really convey your message, but I think messaging um, will cause you trouble sometimes. How about you, Anna?
I
How is
think
communication changing?
it changed a lot in the past when we don't have mobile phone. We need to talk with them in person. But when we use mobile phone, we can talk with them instantly, but we cannot show the emotion with them. But now we can use social media to talk not only with one person but also with a group of people, and we
Mm.
can show the emotion by some icon.
Emoticon. Ah, wow, Anna, very brilliant. I haven't think of emoticon today. Wow. Yes. Emote. That's really true. So I experienced working in a Chinese company, guys, and it's an online company. So that company trained us to communicate using emoticon only. Like we have to write our feelings and to write the sentences. Oh, I just remembered it now, Anna, when you talk about it. To write whatever that we like through emoticon because we are dealing with kids and kids sometimes needs to be entertained. And yeah, one way of entertaining them, so not to make the class so boring, is to send emoticons. So I think you can do that sometimes. You can do a game with your kids. Try to guess my feeling game. Try to guess my feeling game or try to guess the word or the sentence game using emoticon. Because there's a lot of emoticon, right? There's nighttime, daytime. That's great. Mm, I think so. But I think it's still good to communicate in person. So let's have the useful expressions, guys. Let's have number one. With telephone rates due to go up again, we begin to wonder if what we have to say is still worth saying. Do you always have a load in your phone, guys? Money, money. In the Philippines, it's actually called load. It's the money on your phone for calling or texting or data nets. For Okay, it's called a load or prepaid. Prepaid load. Mobile load. Like that. Do you always have a load on your phone? In my case, just sometimes. If I travel, that's the time that I will buy a load. But if I just stay in one place, I don't because there's a Wi-Fi. Okay, Anna, how much do you spend for your load in a month?
In a month.
Yes.
I think it's not much, just about 100,000 Vietnam dong.
In 1 month.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think it's a good expenses. How about you, Cam?
Uh, I have to pay about $20 per month for a mobile phone.
$20. How much? We're very bad in math, you know.
About uh, about 300,000 though.
Mm, higher, higher. It's higher, Anna.
Higher than me.
Okay, so let's go back to the useful expression, guys. So who wants to answer number one? What do you understand about number one?
I don't understand.
Anna, do you have to say something in number one?
Uh,
We begin to wonder if what we have to say is still worth saying or still important. Maybe we don't want to spend a lot of money for mobile phones, for smartphone in calling. Like the money that you spend for calling is too high. Do you ever think that it's still important to talk to people when you need to pay a lot of money?
Maybe we skip this question.
No, there is nothing like that. You can't skip it. Just kidding. Okay. Yeah, so number one talks about the how expensive money or how expensive it is to call and to say something to someone through telephone, or let's say maybe now through smartphone. But I don't think in your case it is expensive, because in Vietnam actually the payment for load is not expensive. Internet, it's also not expensive. But in the Philippines, it's expensive, and in some other nation, it is expensive. So maybe that is the reason why they created this expression. So that's why some people, guys, in the Philippines, there is what we call free data. So in free data, you can send a message, but you cannot call.
Ah,
Yes. So most people don't pay load, or they don't buy a load for their phone because they just use free data because it's a bit expensive for them. So let's have number two. You are definitely middle aged when the telephone rings and you hope it's not you.
yeah. When I was young and I get the first mobile phone from my father, I
Mm.
really like it. Uh, and I always wait for the call for me. But but now I uh, I hate the phone ring.
We're the same, Anna.
I
I
don't
really
want
don't like it.
I don't want anyone to disturb me in my personal time.
Mm, I agree with that. I agree with you. How about you, Cam?
Sometimes when some people call to me for asking me to pay money for them, at that time I really hate and I don't want to receive. That's for, yes.
What's your telephone number? Anna and I will ask for your telephone number so that we will call you and tell you to pay. Oh, someone's calling you for that, Cam? Wow.
Yes, some company always to remind me about the
Ah,
timetable for my payment. Yes, and at that
ah,
time I really
okay.
hate.
It's for your business. I thought it's just for your relatives or your friends like that. Okay. So guys, you have five choices in the useful expressions. So Cam, do you have any question to Anna about communication?
No, I think I don't have any questions for her.
How about you, Anna? Do you have any question to Cam?
Me too.
You don't have, so I guess today, guys, we will end early. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, that's it for today, and see you when I see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yes, thank you.